What better way to end my string of Nerf reviews than with one of the coolest guns to come out this year? This is the Nerf Centurion. Ever since I saw this gun come out, I was like, I have to have this. I mean, this is just such a cool looking gun. I mean, it's huge. It's over 3 feet long. It uses the brand new Mega Darts. My mind was just blown. And now that I've finally got one and I've gotten a chance to shoot it and test it out, I have to say that while, yes, it's not exactly the most impressive Nerf gun of the year, it's still just so cool. I can't find myself to hate it. As much as I may want to, check in on reality, it's just such a cool looking gun. But anyway, let's get to the review. So, first off, I'm going to compare the two darts, or the Mega Dart from the regular dart, and you can see that, the Mega Dart is a lot bigger. One problem with the Mega Dart is the fact that you can see how just like thin this wall is, so it's real easy to bend this, as opposed to these, which, is not that bad. And then also, I've noticed that these Mega Darts tend to spin out pretty quickly, so I think that if you maybe weighted the tip some more, that might help. Or if you didn't have the giant barrel on here, that would probably be another good thing. But so when you get the Centurion, you get 6 of these Mega Darts, which only 6. I mean, it's kind of annoying. You get this massive clip. Then you get the obvious, you get the gun. You get something that kind of annoyed me also is you get this barrel, but it's immovable. Like, you put it on and you can't take it off. And the way it's put on is there are clips that are like inside here, so it's almost impossible to shave them down. So, I mean, it's really annoying. I really have no idea why they didn't make this barrel removable. I mean, because it would be really nice to not always have this giant, like, 1.5 foot plus barrel on here. It's constantly bumping into things when you're trying to carry this behemoth around. Then also you get a pretty basic bipod, and it's pretty big. It works well enough, though one thing that is very annoying with this, and I'll show you real quick, is the fact, you go to pull it down when you've got the gun out, and the first one pulls down, you go fine. The second one, that happens, because when you're trying to lock it in, you go, and it has a tendency to do that. It doesn't do it all the time, but if you're in the middle there, see like that, it doesn't like that. And it's just because this, takes a lot of force to move because it locks in there really tightly. So that's kind of annoying. But the bipod works well enough. I mean, it's certainly more useful than, say, the Stampede bipod. And it feels a lot stronger and sturdier. So let's go ahead and fire this bad boy. Another problem I have with this gun is you'll see it here in a second while I'm loading the clip. The gun will get out of the way. There we go. Let's see if I can find that last dart. There it is. And it doesn't do it all the time, but sometimes when you push these down, you're loading the darts, they'll get stuck like this. And it's not doing it as much to me anymore. That may just be because I've been using the gun more. But, so they'll get stuck down in here, and you'll have to frickin' jiggle it and bang it and slam your head against the wall until the spring finally decides to push it up there. And I think the spring right here could be a little stronger. I mean, it's not very strong at all. And for these Mega Darts, when the side or when the front of the dart gets caught on that plastic, it just doesn't want to budge. So that's kind of annoying. Also, and I don't understand why they did this, is there's this hole right here. Now, right here is the clip lock. And you're like, oh, okay, so the clip goes in, boom, you're fine. So you're in the middle of a war or something, you're holding the gun, you press this to take the clip out. What the heck? What the heck? It goes down, and you go, you tap it frickin' locks, and you gotta push it or pull it, to get it to go out. It's really annoying. I don't know why this is here. I'm assuming there's a reason that it's there, but I don't really know. So, maybe there isn't a reason. I don't know. But it's very annoying, especially when you're holding the gun trying to reload with one hand. You know, you can see that the trigger and the handle is all the way back here. And it doesn't look like that much, but when you've got to have, when you're trying to unload this thing, because this thing's so big, you know, you just want to be able to press it once and go and not get stuck like that and have to go and press it again. But anyway, let's get to firing this. Prime is also annoyingly large. All the way back there, slide it forward. I'm assuming that there's no reason for that, because I don't think with the way that this gun shoots that could possibly have any use. I mean, that's such a long prime distance. That's like half the blaster. It's ridiculous. But you go and you shoot this thing, and it's really cool. Alright, I mean, also something else that you'll notice, just to keep in mind, is that when you go down here and you prime it, the actual plunger rod goes forward as you're priming it back. Like that. As opposed to most Nerf guns where the plunger tube is already set in and you have to pull it back in order to open it. This thing's a ton of fun to shoot, and the range on it is about 50 feet, I'd say, and I'm being generous there. I mean, there's no way this thing hits 100 feet at all. That is a complete lie. That's what it is. That is a lie. I mean, even angled, I've tried shooting this angled, and I've got maybe 80 feet. Maybe, but and I was angling. I wasn't angling like this. I was more like this, just trying to get this thing to have some distance. I mean, it just doesn't have it in it, and I think probably the biggest deal is probably the lack of a decent spring in here. It doesn't feel like this very strong spring, alright? I mean, it's not hard at all to pull this down. And you'd think with having to pull it from here all the way back to here, there'd be some kind of a powerful spring in there, but it's just not. So, you know, all in all, I mean, as much as I love this gun, I do have to acknowledge that it has some faults. With these elite darts, if you only buy the Centurion, you don't buy a refill pack or another gun that shoots these, then you shoot 6 darts. Well, that's it. I mean, you got to go pick up your darts or something if you can. You know, and it's kind of annoying there. Also, you know, like I've said, the fact of the loading problem where these tend to stick down here, that can be very annoying, and it's hard to fix, especially if you're in the middle of a war or something. You know, one thing I really, really don't like about this is the fact that the aiming on this whole thing is flat, alright, and it's kind of hard to explain. But you gotta lay your head like almost parallel with this, you know, in order to get it to work, in order to be able to aim down these sights, these crap iron sights. Or you could just go all the way back and you could put your head like right here and you look down that way. But otherwise, it's really hard to aim unless you put like a sight on it or something. And I'm kind of surprised that this doesn't come with a scope. So that's gonna conclude my review. I know this was really long, and I'm sorry for that, but I wanted to point out everything with this gun. There are some problems with this thing. Alright, I will admit that, but once again, I still like it. I think it's really cool. I like the idea of Nerf branching out. It's not just, you know, disc guns and, you know, elite darts now. You know, now it's more than that. There's a bigger variety, and I hope we see more of these bigger dart guns. You know, with more of these mega series. Hopefully, something maybe like the Rapid Strike. I mean, not necessarily full auto, but something like that. That, you know, maybe would have more than just like 6 shots or something. I mean, you're gonna have to, or maybe we could have like a, like a small mini gun, like the AX-1, something like that, somewhere so that you can have a place to shoot the regular darts, at least for a while, until if more people, I guess, actually buy into this Mega Darts and the Mega Series. So that's going to conclude my reviews for now, guys. Thanks for watching. I may have a couple more in a few weeks, but till then, hope you guys have a great New Year. I hope you had a great Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday you choose to celebrate. And until next time, I'm out. Thanks for watching.